Hey guys, I'm glad that you joined us here so that you could learn more about bridging the gap and nutrition in physical therapy. So, I originally went to the University of Utah, graduated with a behavioral science and health bachelor's degree, and then I went on to get a dual degree at the University of St. Augustine in St. Augustine, Florida, with a master's in occupational therapy and a doctorate in physical therapy. Then I practiced outpatient orthopedic PT and OT for more than 12 years. And now I am solely focused on functional nutrition because my lifelong goal is to get rid of type 1 diabetes. My dad had type 1 diabetes, and so that's why I initially went into the healthcare field. And now I have a way using nutrition to find the root cause of why people have health problems, and we can fix that using nutrition. And so I have a passion to be able to get rid of diabetes in general. And I also have some kids with type 1 diabetes and with autoimmune disease like lupus. So we'll be talking more about that in a little bit. And now I just solely focus on the functional nutrition aspect. So I'm happy that you're here and joining us. So that's a little bit about me. You guys are amazing at what you do with physical therapy because you see these issues all the time. Somebody comes in with a knee pain, a knee surgery, a hip surgery, knee issues, rotator cuff issues, post-op, pre-op, ankle issues, elbow, wrist, upper extremity, you name it. You guys are good at what you do. You already know that there are a lot of surgeries annually with over 600,000 total knee replacements every year, over 500,000 lumbar surgeries, over 760,000 hip replacement surgeries, and over 250,000 rotator cuff repairs every single year. And so I know that when you have a patient come in, you know that that patient's already going to be on multiple medications, might be on heart medication, a blood pressure medication, a cholesterol med, some type of pharmaceutical, or multiple pharmaceutical medications. That patient also is going to present with other morbidities. They might have headaches. They might have digestive issues. They might have a history of stroke or heart attack or heart disease, all that will compound you trying to rehab their knee or their shoulder or their post-op shoulder or hip replacement. So you already know that those sleep issues are a big problem with patients, and that's going to overall affect their health. So this is what you're really good at with the musculoskeletal focus. We love to get joints moving. That range of motion is vital and important, both pre and post op. You guys know are good at the stretching and the strengthening. And if lower extremity balance issues, might need some gait training in there. Inflammation is always a big deal, trying to reduce that swelling and that pain in that joint. That might be localized, even systemic swelling and inflammation. And then you obviously focus on the functional improvement and help that patient with their ADLs and even scar mobilization. And then I hope you're also including a home exercise program where you give them specific things that they can do at home to empower them to heal and recover quickly. So I'm super excited about this because these are the things that I wish that I knew as a physical therapist practicing for 12 plus years. And so I want to collaborate with you on specific things that we can do. And today is just a brief overview and love to go into a deeper dive with you later on. So this missing link that is the connection between your organs, your muscles, and your joints, and also at each level of your spine as well. So I now know that as a functional nutritionist, that a lot of knee problems are actually coming from your gallbladder. So is it because your knee is having issues first and then your gallbladder goes weak, or is your gallbladder then becomes stressed and malnutritioned, and that then in turn causes your knee pain or your knee problem or your knee issue? And so we want to look at and address that as well. Same thing can happen with your adrenal glands. The medial aspect of your knee and meniscus injuries could be stemming from adrenal gland fatigue or issues stemming from your adrenals. They're also at every level of your spinal cord. It corresponds to a specific muscle and a specific organ internally. So here's this relationship where an organ is going to become in distress, and that's the visceral aspect, so that that organ goes into dysfunction and then compromises your muscle or the somatic system. Then you've got the pain receptors that are also affected, and it could either be localized pain or referred pain to different areas or different parts of your body. And then you want to look at that overall body function and how that is being affected. So understanding these connections then is going to be more effective in how you are treating each of your patients. So this nutritional support and physical therapy is going to help bridge the gap for you in connecting how those internal visceral organs are connected to each one of those joints and tissues and different parts of your body. We're also going to address the nutrient dense foods that's going to help support the healing of your body. Also, it's going to be important to detox and to repair specific areas in your body as well. And that's all going to aid in a faster recovery, both pre and post op. So here's our pre-op focus where we want to actually address what is going on with the liver and how can we support the liver nutritionally, because your liver is your primary detox organ, where we can open up that detox pathway to prepare that patient and get them ready for a post-op, for a surgery, so that post-op their recovery is even quicker and even faster. So with those post-op goals, you guys are really good at trying to decrease that inflammation, try and manage their pain, increase their range of motion through stretching, through exercise, and through strengthening as appropriate, and focusing on those ADLs. So this is ongoing management is going to be important with the pain, with the heavy metal and chemical detox, with all that anesthesia that they've received from the from the surgery. So this is super interesting. An article I found in PubMed talks about the connection between an orthopedic surgery and systemic lupus. So I've got a personal connection here of how that happens. So this is a X-ray and a picture of my daughter when she broke her ankle and had to have surgery. You can see the X-ray on the screen there. She had to have plates and screws put in, and also a tightrope to be able to hold her ankle together. So these are some pictures post-op of what it looked like. And this was back in 2020 after she broke her ankle. Several months later, she had her wisdom teeth out. And so she had surgery with that as well. So she had two surgeries in a couple of months period of time. And that then she started developing symptoms of lupus. And it took months and years to be able to figure out exactly what was going on. But the pattern that she displayed was she started developing a rash on her face and on her chest. And then her joints, specifically her hands and her upper extremities, started to swell. And then she would start feeling sick, and then she would throw up. And then she would be in bed all day or for 2 days. So she missed a lot of work. She missed a lot of school. And until we could figure out what was going on, and the medical doctors diagnosed her with the lupus. And so once she had that diagnosis, we got her on her nutrition program, and have she's been on her program now for 4 or 5 months, and we have been able to break that cycle of that lupus. So the rash that she would have for a week or two at a time, it would come on, her joints would swell and get painful, then she would get sick and she would throw up, and then she would be down in bed. But with her nutrition program, we've been able to break that cycle with her so that the rash that normally she had for a week at a time or longer is now down to, if it does show up, it only shows up for an hour or so, and it's just very slightly on her face. She no longer gets sick or throws up. She still has a little bit of swelling and inflammation in her joints, but that is significantly reduced. She's not missed any school or any days of work because we've been able to target those underlying causes of what caused her lupus in the first place. And and so I'd love to be able to share more about that and how that works with your post-op patients as well. I've got one more success story. This is my patient Jamie. He is a in his 40s, and he had been working a night shift and then spent the rest of the next day working all day. That night they had a campfire and with a bunch of people, and he stepped in a hole, fell, landed on his face, as you can see in this picture, and his hand then fell in a campfire. So I'll show you pictures of that. But this is Jamie as it happened that first day. He subsequently went down to the University of Utah to their burn center, and he was told that he would expect to stay in the hospital, in the burn center, for 6 to 8 weeks. So this is Jamie on the first day, and then this is what he looked like 1 week after. So Jamie, prior to this accident, he was on his nutrition program for about 3 months. And we've been able to target these underlying causes of the things and support him nutritionally so that now his body is able to heal in its recovery. This is what his face looked like. And now let me show you his hands. So this is a picture of both sides of his hands. He had second and third degree burns all over his hands. He ended up having to have a skin graft off of his forearm that they had to put on the thenar eminence of his thumb and also on the dorsal aspect of his hand. So the the doctors have told him that if he did get full range of motion back, it would take him 18 to 24 months in order to get full motion back and for this scar to be able to heal up. And so this is what his hand looks like several weeks into the burn center. And this is what his hand looks like in recovery. Now, this is 6 weeks after his initial visit down there to the University of Utah. His hand has healed remarkably well and remarkably fast, so quickly that the doctors released him after 1 week at the burn center instead of the 6 to 8 weeks that they originally told him. And they thought that his hand would be in this condition about 18 months down the road, and this is 6 weeks. And every week it continues to improve and to look better and better. This is the power of the nutrition that we are targeting specifically to help regenerate, rebuild, and repair his body. And so I just wanted to share these quick examples with you and look forward to being able to collaborate with you on the great work that you're doing on the physical therapy side and how we can support you, what you're doing in improving patients' health and their recoveries after both pre-op and post-op. So I look forward to being able to connect with you, collaborate with you. You have my information here. I'm at the Natural Health Improvement Center. You can contact me at my email, boyd@nhicidaho.com. You can also check out all the things that we have on our website, nhicidaho.com. I've got a link put on there specifically for how we can collaborate on the physical therapy side. You can check out our blog and how all the other aspects of nutrition and what we're doing to be able to help people be healthy and happy and well. So I look forward to meeting with each one of you and getting to know you and helping and assisting you.